Blackhead prevention begins with consistency, not force. Blackheads form when oil, dead skin cells, and tiny bits of everyday debris collect inside a pore, and the top of that plug darkens after exposure to air. They are not a sign that someone is dirty, and they usually do not improve when the skin is scrubbed aggressively. In many cases, rough treatment only leaves the skin more irritated, more reactive, and harder to manage. A gentle routine usually works better than a dramatic one. Wash the face in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water. Avoid very hot water, rough scrubs, harsh brushes, and the urge to attack the skin as if it were a stain that can be polished away. If makeup, sunscreen, sweat, or daily buildup is still on the skin at the end of the day, remove it fully before bed. Lightweight, water-based, or non-comedogenic products are often a better choice for skin that clogs easily, especially around the nose, chin, forehead, and jawline. Moisturizer still matters, even when skin feels oily, because skin that feels stripped and uncomfortable can become more reactive. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid may help loosen clogged material inside pores, and adapalene may help keep pores from becoming blocked over time. The important thing is to start slowly and stay steady instead of trying too much too fast. Squeezing blackheads with fingernails or tools may feel productive for a moment, but it often leads to irritation, lingering marks, and a cycle of touching the face that creates more trouble than progress. Hair oils, pomades, and heavy styling products can also quietly contribute to clogged pores around the forehead and temples, so it helps to keep those products away from facial skin whenever possible. Pillowcases, hats, and phone screens do not need to become a source of anxiety, but keeping them reasonably clean supports a better environment for the skin. Prevention is not about perfection. It is about making pores less likely to clog, keeping the skin barrier calmer, and choosing a routine gentle enough to keep doing for months. And now, with that practical skin advice folded away neatly like a clean towel in a bathroom cabinet, let us move into the longer, warmer, and much more cheerful part of the evening, where instead of cleansers, cotton pads, and magnifying mirrors, we find ourselves in a small American town full of folding chairs, pie tins, handwritten signs, raffle tickets, and one retired gentleman who never intended to become the headline of the annual Senior Talent Afternoon. In the town of Maple Ridge, Nebraska, 75-year-old Harold Bennett believed that most avoidable trouble began with one of three things: weak coffee, poor labeling, or anybody saying the words, "It'll be fun." Harold had retired from the county feed mill office after 4 decades of invoices, ledgers, supply orders, and patient explanations to men who believed arithmetic was a negotiable mood. He liked his days neat, his tools returned, and his silence undisturbed. He lived alone in a pale blue house with a tidy porch, 2 rocking chairs, and a detached garage so carefully organized that neighborhood children once whispered in front of it like they were visiting a library for rakes. His wife, Norma, had died 6 years earlier. Since then, Harold had built his days out of routine. Coffee at 6, newspaper at 6:15, breakfast at 7. A walk at 8 if the weather wasn't acting offended. Lunch at noon, a short nap after lunch that he called horizontal planning. Supper at 5:30, dishes at 6, porch by 6:30, bed at 10. It was a respectable life, calm, useful, predictable. Yet sometimes, especially in late fall, when the windows darkened early and the room seemed to hold too much hush, he could feel the difference between peace and emptiness, even if he preferred not to say so aloud. The great disruptor of Harold's schedule was his neighbor, Betty Lawson. Betty was 72, cheerful, brisk, and powered by a level of community spirit that should have required a permit. She wore colorful sweaters, practical shoes, and reading glasses on a chain that made her look as though she could both serve pie and reorganize a fundraiser in the same movement. She chaired the church hospitality committee, volunteered at the library, organized the winter hat drive, and believed every older adult in Maple Ridge needed something to keep them engaged, which Harold privately translated as something to interfere with a perfectly good afternoon. On a cold Thursday in November, Harold was sitting on his porch with coffee and half a slice of pound cake when Betty came up the walkway carrying a casserole dish and a red folder. He looked at the folder and said, "No." Betty stopped at the bottom step. "I haven't even asked. You have paperwork. I also have chicken divan. That makes it worse. It means I came prepared." "For what?" "For your objection." Harold leaned back. "Then we are beginning honestly." She climbed the steps anyway, set the casserole on the table, and sat down without invitation. "The Silver Maple Senior Showcase has a problem," she said. Harold closed his eyes briefly. The Silver Maple Senior Showcase was the annual community center event where older residents sang, played instruments, read poems, or demonstrated hobbies in front of folding chairs, coffee urns, and whatever surviving patients the town could gather. "What sort of problem?" he asked. The MC canceled. "Why?" "His grandson has a soccer tournament in Lincoln." "That sounds legitimate." He also said he was not really a microphone person. Harold nodded. "That sounds wise." Betty ignored him. "So naturally I thought of you." "Why would you do that?" "Because you speak clearly, people trust you, and you are funny." He stared at her. "I am not funny. You are after 70. Dry counts. I worked in accounting. You spent 40 years explaining reality to people who preferred optimism. You can handle a room. That is not the same as wanting one. You don't have to perform. Just welcome people, introduce acts, and keep things moving. That sounds like performing with clerical makeup. That sounds like community. That sounds like gravy wearing a name tag." She smiled. "You'll be good. I'll be reluctant." "That is not a talent." "It should be." She tapped the folder. "I may already have written your name in pencil." Harold looked at the casserole. "You volunteered me before I agreed?" "In pencil," she said. "I'm not reckless." "No," he replied. "Just efficient in a way that lowers morale. The event is Saturday at 2. And if I refuse, I'll tell everyone you were intimidated by a microphone and seasonal bunting. Those are not equal threats. Together, they are a believable story." So that was how Harold Bennett, retired bookkeeper and defender of quiet afternoons, became the emergency host of the Silver Maple Senior Showcase. For the next 2 days, he prepared as if he were about to negotiate a ceasefire between rival pie factions. He found his charcoal blazer, the one reserved for funerals, anniversaries, and restaurants where napkins arrived, folded like moral judgment. He polished his loafers. He wrote note cards. Then he rewrote them. Then he made backup note cards, because the first set looked too hopeful. On Friday morning, his daughter, Marianne, called from Denver. "Dad," Betty told Mrs. Crane. Mrs. Crane told Aunt Louise, and Aunt Louise told me you're hosting the showcase. "Betty should not have access to telecommunications," Harold said. Marianne laughed. "You'll be great. I have 5 note cards. That means you care. I have backup note cards. That means you're still exactly you. I also practiced pronouncing the dulcimer player's last name. That means you're prepared." He practiced in the hallway mirror. "Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Silver Maple Senior Showcase." "Too stiff." "Hello, friends." "Too soft." He looked like he was opening a grief circle. "It's wonderful to see you all here." "Too risky." "It might not be." By the 4th attempt, he had introduced himself twice to the coat rack, thanked the umbrella stand, and nodded respectfully at the thermostat. At that point, he decided rehearsal had become a form of self-betrayal. Saturday arrived bright, cold, and clear. The senior center hall was decorated in what Betty clearly considered festive abundance, and what Harold privately thought of as autumn being weaponized. Orange paper leaves hung from strings. Tiny pumpkins occupied every flat surface. A table near the entrance held name tags and a bowl of peppermints. The back wall featured coffee urns, brownies, sheet cake, and a pie lineup that looked capable of altering local government. Betty met him at the door. "You're late. I'm 8 minutes early." "That's socially late." "That is mathematically impossible. You look distinguished." "You look like trouble in a cardigan." "That's because I'm organized." "That's what worries me." She handed him the microphone and a schedule. "Welcome, talent acts, refreshments, mystery intermission, prize drawing, closing remarks." He looked at the page. "What is mystery intermission?" "It's a surprise audience activity. That phrase alone should be illegal." Then she vanished. Harold stepped to the front. The microphone squealed. Half the room startled. "Well," he said, "that certainly eliminated the need for a formal opening." The room laughed. "Interesting," he thought. He adjusted the microphone. "Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Silver Maple Senior Showcase, the only event in town where you can drink coffee, applaud a harmonica solo, and judge decorative scarecrows without consequences." The laughter came easily. "My name is Harold Bennett, and I'm your